Attention, everybody. The views and opinions expressed on this show were not necessarily those of Acts Ministry, Acts Media Group, and or their affiliate and subordinate ministries and or nonprofits.
Yeah, that. Exactly what you said.
Good morning. Coming to you live from Acts Media Group headquarters here in the beautiful Springfield, Missouri. It's the Morning Drive with Matt and Jay with your host, Matt and Jay. Mr. Matt and Jay, that's it. Thank you.
On the cross you died for me, shed your blood for me, on Calvary.
Jana's already on.
Woohoo. Morning, Jana.
So I can live, so I can give myself to you. It's
Nothing short of a miracle.
It's the way you pull my heart
That's real
to
good.
you.
Yeah.
I am yours forever.
By the way, I saw the video of you and Bernie way back when
Oh,
you
yeah.
when Martha or what's her
Sammy
name?
Nobles and Cheryl.
Cheryl Summit. You guys were playing that on the keyboard, and I was like, yeah.
All right. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Morning Drive with Matt and Jay. My name is Matt.
My name is Jay.
My name's Steve. That's what it sounded like. My.
So this guitar pedal looks pretty cool sitting right up here.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't it, though?
And
You got a practice coming up?
no,
Nothing
I
planned?
okay. So last week
Yeah.
I was informed by Asa and his father Tony Hammock that they would not be here this week. They're out of town.
Right.
And I don't like playing reruns. I don't like playing reruns.
No, that's.
So we're going to do a second hour here. I know it's not as desirable as what he's got going on. We're going to do a little music.
music version of the morning drive.
Yes. And then I just got a message from Peggy Lee and Jeff this morning. Jeff has a head cold, and to be on the safe side, they're not going to come in today.
I believe that's the right choice.
I believe it is
Smart.
absolutely the right choice.
Yes.
She says he thinks it's just a head cold, but, and then she put in quotation marks, wisdom. So, yeah.
So
Exactly.
when is somebody out there? I just saw somebody. Is somebody starting prime time soon?
I locked the door, so if it's that's we don't know exactly how long that's going to be.
Good morning, Julie. We're praying for you. We need to pray for Julie. So that's all I'm going to say on the air is just pray for Julie.
Okay, yeah, we'll pray for you.
Unless she tells me right now to kind of say what I need to say.
Do we got everything in there, Jay?
I haven't heard from Cheryl.
I must have been that scar on my eye.
I haven't heard from Cheryl Williams. I'm sure she's doing okay. And another good friend of mine, Tawana Albert, she's maybe I should have said her last name. So sorry, Tawana, but because she's really careful about using her last name on the air.
Yeah.
But she actually has been on the radio, used her music and everything, and she's having eye surgery this morning. So we need to pray for her. They're in the middle of selling their home. And I'm going to have Tawana on my show as well. She might have to call in. But
See, that's what it was. I think either that's what it was. I have a
Morning,
scar
Stacy.
on my eye from a piece of metal they drilled out.
oh,
And so sometimes it moves in the right light, but it may be schizophrenia. I am getting older.
no,
No,
yeah,
come
I've
on.
seen
It
I've
runs
seen
in my
stuff on
family.
the corner of my eye.
Yeah, but usually schizophrenia hits a lot younger.
Yes.
It in the 30s, but then it increases, and I definitely have paranoia and maybe some schizophrenia. So I'm
Morning,
not.
Susan
I'm not afraid to say it, and I'm
Well,
not
the
afraid.
fact that
I want to be aware that it's something in my family that runs in my family, and that, like watching A Beautiful Mind. When he finally realized that what he was going through wasn't real, and that he was treating it as though it was, his life changed. And I don't want to live in a fake world.
Right.
You know what I mean? And with my paranoia, I have a tendency to do that. What I create in my mind, I start to believe is real. So I don't want to do that. And when I tell people my story about that, most people say, everybody has that. I have that. Everybody does. I do that. So for me, it's a little bit more probably intense than most people.
We'll
But
pray for you, Stacy. I mean, I notice, like, Well, when you move in with me, your paranoia pretty much abates.
Yeah, when I'm around a lot of people I don't know and things aren't exactly as I think they should be, I start to get really pretty.
Yeah, but you
And
start
you're
to think
not the only one. There's other people like that out there. There really is.
Yeah, most people I tell about my feelings, I try to be as open and direct as possible about it, and most people relate in some way. But it's not to the extreme.
right. To the extreme.
But I refuse to let it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And I have good people in my life who recognize it and say, wait a minute, hey, come down from there.
It's like, hey, that's a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. And
I'm not quite there, but I'd love to help you out. But I'm not quite there yet.
No, you are, though, more than you think.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank
some
you.
people. Yeah, you. And you know, you're still a lot better than you were when we used to party together.
Well, also, you stick around through my, you've stuck around and stuck with this through my difficult personality, my character issues that I have.
Right.
And being willing to stand in there and get over that and get through that and get to know me well enough to say, well, that's okay, so I recognize that's who he is. But then to see past my flaws, which are pretty extreme, to the person that I am,
Right.
and to show love and care for me, that changes everything.
yeah,
It means that I have a friend and somebody that I know who knows me
who's not
that
going
I
to
can
judge
be
you?
comfortable around.
Yeah,
Right.
And then that's when it comes out and people can start to recognize, like you do, you say, maybe that's not really,
yeah. Maybe that's a bit.
Yeah, but you know what that does is not knowingly, but somehow for me, what that does is it actually just brings it down a whole level.
Yeah, like to where you realize there is a possibility that you could be just overly paranoid about
Yes.
something, like with the bullets. Remember
Right.
the bullets?
The bullet's missing.
Yeah, and I specifically remember you firing 2 of those just to see how the hollow points fired
Right. And I don't
compared to
remember
the Full Metal Jacket.
that. Right.
So
And so, I
Yeah.
thought somebody stole my bullets.
yeah, just 2 of them.
2 of them.
Just 2 of them.
I'm like, this gun
I
is
didn't mean
lighter.
I didn't mean to call you out on that. That was not my intention.
No, that's good.
But,
I think it's good to be aware of those things. And there's people out there who are living in a fake world that they're creating in their mind who don't even know it. And for me to say this openly on the air, if somebody sees this kind of conversation and says, maybe I'm going through that and just don't know it, and then can all of a sudden start looking at it and maybe trust some people around them
Jana Hale.
and say, all right, what's going on with me here? I'm freaking out.
Well, yeah, and I have to, like, with my anxiety,
Yeah.
like, you'd be surprised at what your brain can make your body feel.
Yeah.
Like, I started to have a bit of an anxiety attack yesterday for no reason. It doesn't have to have a reason. Sometimes they just hit.
Right.
And I started focusing on the right side of my face,
Uh-huh.
and so the right side of my face felt weird.
So you started,
Oh no.
thought you were having a stroke.
I didn't know what was going on. I'm like,
Is it the plan you're on?
no,
Oh.
no. That's
There are no side
I had.
effects.
Well,
I wonder what
well-
Shrek would say about that if his face was doing that.
he'd say, all right, you're going the right way for a smack bottom. No, that's not the right one.
All right, face, you're not drooping on me today.
Stop drooping on me. I'm bigger than you. Oh, wait,
And what
that's-
would Donkey tell him if he was
He's
going
like-
through that?
Man, Shrek, I think you're dumb. You don't know what you're talking about.
Your face just fine.
You face just fine. Man, don't look fine, but still, it probably feels just fine.
It is ugly.
I mean,
You could do
you
a
are
really
ugly.
good face.
I mean, yeah.
You see, folks, what I had
Ooh,
to
look
put
at
up
that
with on a
rock. That
daily
is
basis.
a nice rock. That's a nice
And if
boulder.
that scream don't do it, your breath definitely will, because that breath stink. Anyways, yes.
And then there's waffles for breakfast.
Who would want to live in that? That would be my home.
Yeah.
Oh, and I love what you've done with such a modest budget. I like that boulder. It is a nice boulder.
It's better than your face.
That's my favorite line.
It is. I
Will
Will
always
you
like
stay up
the
late swapping
breakfast.
manly stores? In the morning, I make a waffles. Where do I sleep? Outside. I mean, I understand, man. I don't know. You don't know me. I mean, I guess outside is best. Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Would you stop doing that?
Would you not be yourself for 5 minutes? So,
Are we there yet?
because
No,
I'm
we're
all
in-
alone. There's no one here beside me. My problems have all gone.
So is
We're
so
going to a land far, far away.
what's with the car?
She said that it's making a noise. It's misfiring.
Hello, Stephanie Brown. Stephanie, I hope you're feeling good, and I heard about the truck. So
Stacy Wedeking.
Buddy Pillmore is watching.
Buddy, I don't see him on here. Where you at, buddy?
what? Uncle Ray's on my watch party.
Uncle Ray's on your watch party?
Yep.
Yo, Uncle
yeah, I
Ray.
see him there too.
I'm just
And
not.
Rachel, my lovely old Mickey Mac.
Rachel
wife,
and Mickey Mac-tastic.
Yeah, she's on my watch party.
So we're going to
She's
do
got the
some,
day off.
for those of you who don't know, there's not going to be any show after hours today except for,
Both two shows.
well, both shows after hours today have been postponed for the week. I mean,
Canceled.
I hate to do that. Not canceled, postponed for the week.
Well, right, but
But, like-
canceled today
Today's episode has been canceled.
due to circumstances beyond
Sorry.
our control.
Sorry, I'm super
Doo-doo.
immature.
Did I say doo-doo?
You and doo-doo.
Doo-doo.
Doo-doo. You said doo-doo. I don't know. I can't do Shrek. That was my best Shrek impression on the fly
That's pretty funny.
without a script.
Yes, doo-doo. You can't help that, little pilgrim.
That's the Duke for you.
It took a duke.
Oh no, you're on
took
that.
the Duke.
You had a rough time this morning.
No.
A little sweat, right?
Wow,
Yeah,
you
we're not.
really took a
We are
duke.
not going to talk about that on the air today. That's
Is that going too far?
no, that's a crappy conversation to have. So.
Well, I'll tell you.
So Jenna, I hope the conversation's taken a direction that entertains you, and I hope we.
Well,
haven't-
she said
hope
I
she
love
hasn't
it.
Left.
who did?
Jana said she didn't. She said she loved it.
Yeah.
She loved it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, of course
she
you
must.
love it.
She must be. I don't know how I can see her, but you guys can't.
I can see her.
Can you?
So she
We can
obviously
see-
tunes in for the joy and the fun, and I appreciate that too.
Well,
You
she
know?
tunes in for all of it.
Yeah.
Oh, she does. She even watches the Veterans Church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good. That's a good.
It is
If
good.
you
Thank
have
you for
not
your
seen the
support.
Veterans Church, that is super entertaining.
And they've got a
It's
cool
also
sponsor coming up, too.
Spreads the love of the gospel.
Your father is a cornerstone of our family in that way.
He was here by himself last Thursday.
Really?
No.
Yeah. Yes, he was. He sat right there. He
He's
said
committed.
God. He said God gave him a message to give, and I told him, I was like, well, I mean, I'm sure they'd understand. Everybody else, like Dr. Bob, had a missing cat situation, and Wilbur had an issue. And Dad was. I said, well, I mean, I'm sure they'd understand if you didn't go. I mean,
Right.
and he said, no, God gave me a message to deliver, so I'm going to deliver it. So he sat
Amen.
down right there, did his message, and then sat right there and played some music.
That's the example that we live by.
Yeah.
Out of faith, you do it anyway. You don't have to know what's going on. God tells you to do something, you do it.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's important.
Cindy Flowers told me to tell you guys hello.
Good
She's not
morning,
on
Hi,
the watch
Cindy.
party.
Hi,
She's not-
Cindy.
she's
I thought
not
we
on
were
the
going to
watch
meet
party.
her in person.
You are. She told me, she says, I know Jay and Matt have been wanting to meet me. I said, they are now with your new look.
Yeah.
She's got, oh man, her new look is great.
You know, you realize your wife is on.
right.
She looks
watching.
amazing
But
anyway.
see, she knows Cindy.
And she agrees.
Yeah.
Right, Rachel? She's, wow.
Johnny Rooster has a birthday
Hey,
today.
Johnny.
Johnny.
He's
25?
and holding.
Yeah, holding on real tight.
Real tight. No, Rachel, I'm just, I'm not going to say anymore because I'm not going to bury myself.
I think she knows you.
Yeah, she does. Anyways,
Um,
Cindy told me to tell you hello, and she sends her love, and she is planning on being here. In fact, she plans
So,
on being here in August.
Well, I hope to see you.
I
hope
was
to see you.
instructed to tell you
Who?
that Jim and Pam love you, and you are a great leader in Acts Ministry.
Well, thank you.
They
I
sent
love
that
you
message.
too.
Said, please tell.
Oh, that's cool.
Please tell. I love you, Jason, and you are a great leader in Acts Ministry.
That's awesome.
So, I mean, you are. We talk to each other like this all the time. We lift each other up, let you know, hey, you are precious to me and very important in my life, and we're accountability partners, and we encourage one another.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's what that's what we're supposed to do as Christians. We're supposed to encourage one another.
Yeah.
Not falsely. You know, we're not supposed
Right.
to lie to people.
Or what is it called?
Being honest.
Blow smoke,
Blow smoke.
Yeah.
Flatter.
flatter.
Yep.
I don't like flattery. I do go out of my way sometimes to let somebody know how much I appreciate them, because my character tends to be more. It doesn't show that as easily.
Hello,
as well
Mr.
as it should.
Scantlin.
I
How
have
are
to
you,
actually
sir?
make an effort to show that.
Yeah, yeah, and well, I mean, it's important.
Yeah.
To encourage one another. We're supposed to wash each other's feet.
To edify. So
Well,
that
they
means to
showed that
encourage
in-
in the gospel and in,
Yeah.
and in repentance and a life after God's
Talk about the gospel.
desire, what God
What's that?
wants.
Another prayer request.
Yep, I see that.
What's that?
Stacy.
No,
Oh.
Stephanie.
Okay.
Um,
Stephanie Green.
Brown.
Oh, sorry, wrong color.
Ha 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 ha.
Womp womp womp. Sorry,
Stephanie.
Stephanie.
You know how he is, Steph. So, it's about her osteoporosis. She didn't get some good news.
What is osteoporosis?
I think it's a breakdown of the bones.
It's a form of
Oh.
arthritis.
and it bones like
It's the joints. It's like osteoporosis has to do with the joints and
So is it
the fluid in the joints going away.
producing blood? Because your bones produce blood.
no. This
No,
is going. This is going away. It's
The
shrinking.
liquid in the joints,
Oh.
the liquid that keeps the joints lubricated and apart from one another, is
So
going
it's
away.
very painful.
It is.
It is very painful.
They
And
have to go in some extreme cases and inject fluid into the joints.
And
Wow.
that hasn't happened yet, but she found out that it's kind of hard. I'll explain it later off the air, but it's she just is going through a lot right now and not so good news about her osteoporosis. And now Rachel, the bone scan showed some bone loss and things like that. And now Rachel is wanting to get a scan herself
Yeah.
because it is hereditary in
Oh,
their
that's
family.
yeah. Just like arthritis is isn't that hereditary? Just regular old arthritis.
Yeah, I have it. It's extremely painful. Yeah.
And I crack my knuckles all the time, but I don't know if there's
Yeah,
actually
they
a
got it,
correlation between
Steph.
cracking your
I don't
knuckles and
know.
arthritis.
I don't think so.
Because all that is removing air from the joints.
Yeah. We got
Moving
stuff.
it around.
Yeah, moving it around. I guess we are sealed up.
And I don't think it's air. I think it's fluid. Probably.
You think so?
Yeah.
I have arthritis.
It'd be nice to know the facts about it.
I know if I don't, because I play guitar,
Hmm.
and I know if I don't, my hands get kind of.
You're at that
crampy.
age that if it ever happens, you're gonna start to know. I
Yeah.
would think.
I thought I had osteoarthritis, but I don't. I have that Charcot-Marie tooth, which is a peripheral neuropathy of the lower joints.
Oh,
and
that's painful. That's what I have in my arms.
the
sometimes in
nerves.
my
So it's like a funny bone getting hit in your knee.
Very,
Yeah.
For me, it's very.
There's no
painful.
funny bone in the knee.
Th-
I don't know
there
why
is
they
no-
call. Oh, they call it because it's like right by where the humerus and your elbow.
Oh,
meet.
right. Maybe
Okay.
that's why.
That's why they call it the
Makes
funny
sense.
bone. It's not very funny.
No,
No.
it's not.
No, because it gets you right here.
And it's not.
All the
And
way down.
neuropathy's
Tingles.
not the same
It has that
because it's where it doesn't go away.
Right. In your
It feels
forearm.
like a
What's your
grass
forearm
fire.
feel like?
It feels like a grass
Mine?
fire on your nerves, doesn't it?
Well, mine is the most intense in my hands and fingers.
Right.
So that's where I can feel it the most. I don't really feel it as much in my arms
I'm starting to feel it in my forearms.
unless I don't take my medicine. Then I feel it from my neck all the way to my fingertips, and that's
Yeah.
very painful. You can't use your hands very well. You
No.
get clumsy with your hands,
Yep.
and
You
and,
drop keys. You
Yeah,
drop pens.
yeah. And it's hard to pick anything up because you can't really feel.
This would feel
What
like
you-
50 pounds if I was that.
Well,
bad.
I pray that doesn't
Yeah.
happen to me because I play guitar,
Painful to touch anything.
and that would be. I mean, maybe
wouldn't
that's a
feel the
form of
strings.
therapy.
You wouldn't feel them.
I mean, I don't really feel them much now
Yeah.
because I mean, you can still see like my fingertips.
But
are
what you would be feeling would be
painful.
very.
You'd feel the pain. You just wouldn't feel the fingers itself. You'd
So
feel
it's
the
like a
pain.
grass fire. Like imagine your nerves in your arm are like a grassy field,
Yeah,
and someone lights fire to it, and then it just burns slowly through the whole thing.
yeah,
Right? Would that be a good depiction of it?
sort of. Yeah, but except that
Combined
the
with
same
the
grass
electrical-
continues to burn.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that. What was that?
I don't know.
I guess neuropathy must be a little different for
Yeah.
people.
It is. It depends.
Some people have it in their feet.
I
It's
have
horrible.
it in feet, the arms, and the lower legs. and I don't know if that has any part to do with what's been going on below the waist or not.
I think it's isn't it like it's the next step from it? So it advances from neuropathy to paralysis.
Right, and it is in the family of muscular dystrophy. It's not an atrophy. It's in the family because starts dealing with muscle and not bone but muscle.
Yeah.
And it starts deteriorating the muscles.
See, yeah, mine comes from the nerves.
Yeah,
And
mine's nerves.
the Neurontin I take does such a great job at it, at helping with it. But I can't not take it. If I don't take the Neurontin, then my hands become
I'm not taking Neurontin. I'm taking
unuseful.
Lyrica. But
Are you?
What do you
I
call it?
think
No,
they were
we are
gonna
not
put me on-
doctors. Don't
They said
talk
it
to your
can-
doctor
They
about
said
it.
Lyrica can affect your mood.
Mhm.
So they
Yep.
must have used
know
that
what else
because
can
it
affect
was
your
a
mood?
positive effect for you.
You know what else can affect your mood?
Food.
Steamy Joe.
Food at Steamy Joe Cafe at 224 West Main Street in Branson, Missouri.
You see, we've all had some Steamy Joe.
Yeah,
Yes.
and it is amazing. You go down there the rest of this week till Friday, buy one get one free. This is a morning drive special, and the only way you can get it is if you say I want the morning drive
I
special.
found out yesterday it's a small Steamy Joe's small supreme salad.
Steamy Joe small supreme salad.
Yes.
Buy
And
one,
it
get
is-
one. If you
Yeah.
mention the morning drive.
Yes.
Mention the morning
So it
drive.
goes from a small salad to a large salad if you're buying one get one free.
It
Yeah.
can.
It's a great way to feed me. So if you buy two, do you get two free? Or is
don't
it just the
Buy
first
one,
two?
get one free.
And
But
then
each person can probably buy one and get one free.
Right. And then you can,
separate checks, I suppose.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, because it's a great way to go out there and feed your family or have a nice snack in a nice place to sit down
Healthy
with a
snack.
great
and the
environment
iced tea is 25 cents.
with
Iced tea.
wonderful
Yeah.
people.
Do they have unsweet iced tea as well?
Yep.
Well, yeah, a lot of people I know now are drinking unsweet tea.
Yeah.
Um,
There is.
And
It's
I
good
gotta
stuff.
say, the cinnamon rolls, you don't have to buy one get one free. You buy
just-
one. If
and-
you like cinnamon rolls,
It'll fill you up.
if you buy one, it's gonna be fantastic.
I have to cut it in half. I've shared it with Rachel, and we're almost full.
Yeah.
Well, they're
yeah.
huge. They're huge, and
Any amount of these cinnamon rolls is good.
Well, Jay
More
came
is
in one
better.
time because you had brought in a couple of dozen of them,
Yep.
Yeah.
and Jay came in the next day. Oh, I forgot about these cinnamon rolls. And then he put 3 of them on a plate, and I'm like, "Are you sure you want?" Yeah, because the day before he ate 2, and it turns out 3 was too many.
2.5 was
Wasn't
just
it
right.
brownies too or something?
Yeah, just right for you to feel comatose when the sugar rush came down.
It was so delicious,
like-
man.
Man, I shouldn't have eaten more than 2 of those.
And then their morning grilled burrito, breakfast burrito, was amazing. And I had it reheated,
Yeah.
and it was so good.
Yeah, we could
So
smell it
good.
all over.
I did heat it in a toaster oven. It wasn't microwave heated, but
No.
it
Yeah.
was toaster
And
oven
that's the
heated.
best
so
way
I
to
got the
reheat 'em
crisp,
in the
especially
toast-
a grilled one,
Yeah.
because you get what it's supposed to be.
So go to Steamy Joe Cafe. Tell them the morning drive sent you.
Biscuits and
Yeah.
gravy. They have a secret recipe. Now I was teasing Randy, but Randy's like, you know what? I can't give you the secret because then I would get. in
Do you ever
trouble."
put Tabasco sauce on your biscuits and gravy? Do you, Jay?
I would.
Tabasco sauce is good on biscuits and gravy.
Tabasco sauce is good on almost.
You know what?
everything.
Now
That's
that
true.
you said that, I'm going to try that anyway.
And then if you don't
Rachel,
like
I'm
it
sorry,
super
but I have to-
tangy,
Yeah.
get the
The good
Cholula, the Cholula Chipotle,
Yeah.
or as Dad says, Chipotle
Chipotle.
Chipotle.
pepper sauce is so good.
Anyway, the
Or
the
sriracha is good on it.
Sriracha.
Sriracha, see.
What would,
Or
what
just-
would Shrek say about sriracha?
I don't know.
What about Pumbaa and Timon?
All these?
I think they would really enjoy some sriracha. What would
Oh,
they
yeah.
say about sriracha if they?
I don't know what they
Because
would say.
isn't it desert that they lived?
Well,
Some of it
I'll
was
tell you
glade.
what I would do, Pilgrim.
Man, I see. I can't do that online. It's been so long. I'm out of practice. All I can do is, why? When he was a young warthog. That's
That's about it, huh?
when I ate sriracha sauce.
Yeah.
Nice. Thanks. He ate his sriracha at every meal. He could clear to Savannah.
Yeah.
I'm a sensitive soul who is septic skinned.
Oh man,
And it hurt. And my friends never stood down to win.
pray for me now.
Yeah.
No, I'm amongst a bunch of characters.
Yeah. Stacy says, I know the place in Spirit Lake, Iowa called the Family Diner. They have the rolls that are big. If
Mr.
and
Allison,
they
how
fill
are
you up
sir?
also.
Scott
Brother
Harlan.
Jay and Mickey Mac.
Good morning. Hey, I gotta talk to you. I gotta talk to Scott. I know you're busy, but I got some things I gotta do.
All right, Dan.
Scott,
I
Scott,
gotta
your
talk-
brother.
All right,
I mean,
Dan.
I gotta talk to Bonnie too.
My Reagan.
but
God
anyway,
wouldn't send a man like you to hate.
I used to do the Martian. You know, hello, you know,
Hello, Earthling. Yeah,
hello,
that's,
Earthling. Oh, zap. Rachel loves that. Zap.
she's probably palm to face right now.
She
Those guys are
probably. She. Please.
She's probably heard it a lot. If I know anything like around like my exes and stuff, they always got tired of my jokes. But
But
you know, I think I have a tendency of taking life a little bit more seriously now.
But you see, when I did Rich Little for when I did Richard Nixon for Rich Little, and he did ask me, he said, "You know what, kid? Let me hear what you got." And I'm like, "Are you serious, sir?" He goes, "I'm not, sir. I'm rich, but go ahead."
Rich Little, is he the with the little?
That's Tiny Tim.
Oh,
Well, tiny little,
yeah. I got I see the correlation there.
but he was an impressionist in the 70s and 80s. And great guy. He did Richard Nixon, all the great, John Wayne. And I did it, and he goes, "You know what, kid? You got potential. Keep it up." I'm like, that was a lot to say from Rich Little.
Weren't you working on for a while? You were working on your impression of
Raymond, man, are you wound up today?
who was that guy? The narrator.
Sean Connery.
No.
Yes.
Morgan Freeman.
No.
James Earl Jones.
James Earl Jones.
I really haven't been able to. I mean, he's
You were
really-
working on that for a while, and you started to get it down.
He was really, really.
A great voice.
Yeah, he's really got a great voice.
And then he came,
He's one of the
became
famous
Darth
narrators.
Vader.
He was also a wise man. There's some. You should watch some of the video of his
In the
interviews. and
beginning, there
talks
was a
with him.
word. That's all I got.
Yeah.
And the word was God, and the word was with God.
You know,
That's not a very good one.
that, he does that Audible Bible thing, and it's really great.
Oh, yeah,
Where was
he's
he
got a-
from?
I-
Where did he grow up?
I don't know, New Jersey. I don't know. It's he plays a lot of like in a couple movies he played an African king. Like, 'cause I don't know. He's played in a lot of things that are unlikely. That's just like Sean Connery playing the part of a Spaniard.
He played in one of the Arnold Schwarzenegger's movies.
Yeah, Conan.
Conan.
And
Love
then there was
that movie.
Reginald Vell Johnson, who starred in the
Conan the
Beverly,
Destroyer, I think.
Beverly Hills Cop.
Or no, the Barbarian.
Reginald Vell Johnson. He played a cop or security in I just said it, Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh, was it?
And then he played on Family Matters as the chief of police, or the dad on Family Matters was Steve Urkel.
No, that wasn't James Earl Jones.
No, I'm saying Reginald Vell Johnson.
Oh, Reginald Vell Johnson, yes. And then there's man, those are all really good shows. Really, really good quality programming back in the day, and they always had something positive to learn out of it. You know what I mean?
In the middle or the end?
Yeah. Like Will Smith in the Fresh Prince.
Oh man,
Amazing show. Amazing lessons.
Uncle, what was it? Uncle?
Yeah.
Uncle something or other. But yeah,
Phil.
Uncle Phil, and they tackled things like absentee fathers and stuff like that.
That was an award-winning show, right?
Oh
there.
yeah, Will Smith is an amazing
I
actor.
I love Will
cried,
Smith,
man, when he did what he did during that show. Man, I was.
Oh, yeah.
I was bawling.
Yeah.
With
That's-
what?
Well, there was this part where his dad showed up and made him all these promises, and then got money, I believe, and then just disappeared again. Was supposed to be there. He's like, I promise I'll start being here, da 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 da, and then he left again. And there was a
went to
really
pieces.
intense moment where Uncle Phil and him are talking after the guy left and didn't come back. It's just, you really need to watch. It's so incredible. It's an incredible. It deserved every award that it possibly.
I
If
don't
it
know
got,
if it's, I'm sure it's on
if it got
YouTube
awards,
somewhere.
it deserves getting awards because I mean that's, where he's like, no, I'm fine, and then
Oh.
and then slowly, goes into acting
He
as if he's.
elevated
You
it.
can tell he's not fine, and then all of a sudden he starts crying, and then he just grabs a hold of Uncle Phil, and they just hug each other, and that's like.
And that's how it ended. But man,
Yeah. And there's a lot. The whole audience in there was like dead silent
yeah.
during this part. Because, everybody was thinking, oh, man, I need to be a better parent. Or, oh, I'm not alone. So that was one of those great shows.
It was.
It was a very, very good show.
Now that was before my time as a father too.
Was it?
Well, I think so. Wasn't
Yeah, I
it?
guess
It was the 80s.
probably
it was.
was.
It was
Yeah.
mid 80s, late.
Because I remember
80s.
when it came out. We used to watch it. It came on
84.
TGIF.
Yep.
Remember?
TGIF.
TGIF.
I became a father in the
TGIF.
mid '90s.
No, that was. That's when
Early
Family
90s.
Matters, Perfect Strangers,
Yeah.
all those.
You guys
other-
remember the dinosaurs?
Yes.
Not the mama. It's got the little guy
Yeah.
that always hit his dad on the head. That was pretty funny. That was a pretty funny show. That was ahead of its time. That was all animation and
Not claymation.
not
but-
claymation. It was puppets. It was puppetry.
Yeah.
They were all just giant puppets,
And
Yeah, those were good
animatronics.
I wish they would bring back the old TGIF. Or they tried. I guess.
That was
a
something that
lot.
came out on Fridays, and I always recorded it. It had Full House and
Perfect Strangers.
Perfect Strange.
Today, I don't watch much TV and all, but what it
I don't
seems,
either.
what I'm understanding is it all either supports or condemns a political position, or
Well,
a social.
It might now, but back
justice
then it
position.
was innocent. It really
Scott
was.
says, Jay, you can call him after the show. He just messaged you his number.
Yeah.
It's a new number.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah, I'd like to do something pretty quick.
like moving stuff.
Yeah.
Uncle Ray. Article in the paper about a farmer finding a prosthetic leg in his field that a skydiver lost.
That's funny.
Whoa. Whoa.
That landing was probably. Wait a minute. Why would you go skydiving if you have? Well, I mean, why not?
Why not?
Except for the landing's going to be a little bit rough.
Landing's gonna be a
Yeah.
little bit rough.
I guess unless you add extra padding on the backside,
Yeah,
you can
break-
stick your legs out
you
and
could
scoot,
break the leg that you have.
Yeah.
or the leg that you
don't
don't
wanna do
have,
that.
Well,
because a prosthetic can
Yeah.
break,
Oh,
and
that's
those are
true.
expensive.
yes, they are.
And you don't wanna
Thousands
break
and
a
thousands of
No,
dollars.
talk to my buddy Kevin. He's got a prosthetic that's like a $10,000 or $15,000
Yeah.
prosthesis.
Yeah.
Because it's got like hydraulics in the heel and stuff like that. It gets one of those higher level ones for people who are more active.
Right.
They've got just basically like a peg leg essentially.
These things, AFOs, I think they run about $5,000 a piece.
He got moving right away.
And all that is molded plastic.
I know.
How's
but then
he
they got a
doing?
hinge.
He's doing good.
You speak to him lately?
Yeah, I
Good.
and not as much as I should.
Yeah.
You know how that goes.
Your dinner excursions were famous on the show.
Oh, with-
well, our discussions before the show.
Oh,
You always had some kind of a dramatic and fun time on your dinners that you would tell me about.
with
Yeah.
with Kevin.
Yeah, you guys had fun.
we always did have fun. We do have
You do
fun.
have fun, yeah.
Now whenever you move in out there with me, we're gonna be
Oh.
smoking meat all the time.
Sounds good.
You know,
Cause I'll have somebody to watch the fire while I nap or
I'm
whatever.
gonna build a building and probably
Rachel, I'm
fix
gonna
up a-
I'm gonna hang up with these guys. I'm just
a
kidding, Rachel.
smoker trailer.
Yeah, we're gonna be fixing that up. We're gonna with the
get some paint.
with the wire wheel, and we're gonna paint it
You
up.
should probably
and-
get some aerosol spray primer. So once we
Go ahead and spray it right after we're done.
spray it right afterward, well, clean it with some so
Clean it with acetone,
acetone. Yep.
and then because it evaporates really quick.
Yeah.
Acetone does.
Yep.
It also saps the moisture from your hand.
Man, so
Yeah,
nice
so you don't-
party,
you
man.
want
I
rubber
wanna come
gloves,
to this
too.
party.
But you don't want to put the acetone
Huh?
on it while it's hot.
No.
Oh, Yeah.
I was just being
He
funny.
wants to be a part of this party.
Yeah.
You don't want to put it like
I've got something for you. It's not ready yet, and I need to ask about it. But I've got you a birthday present, and I know it's late, but it's going to be great for these.
I've seen it.
It
I
is-
got your
You have
birthday
not seen it. You think
coming
you have.
Friday.
It's not the chair,
It's something very special.
is it?
Yes.
I got a
Yes.
birthday present
And
for you
Haas
too.
came up with some idea that is it's so awesome, perfect for you.
Really?
It's so perfect for you in its character. Wait till you see it.
Oh man.
I'm excited about it because I've seen it. And then he
See, I just sized.
so he
the
had
chair.
one of the guys do some work on it and told him what to do, and he was like, "What?"
That's gonna be
It
it.
is
Now
gonna
I'm
be-
like, what?
It's good, man. It's really good. I can't
Wait
wait.
till
I
you
can't wait
see
till you
what
see it.
I got you.
What you get? What? So it's a bit late. You guys don't have to get me anything.
That's not the point.
I know that's not.
Thank you. Thank you. He took the words right out of
The
my
point is, we love you, and we want to you have something special that tells you and shows you how much that we appreciate you and
Well, I
care
do
about
love you guys
And
too.
it-
And what
it-
place
it
you
has
have
a
in our lives,
lot
it's
to
important.
do with your personality. That's all I'm gonna say.
With my personality,
Wait till you see. I love it.
is it a thermometer that goes hot and cold all the time?
No.
A comedy meter?
Right?
Serious?
Wah, wah, no.
Have you ever seen? You ever seen those weather weather gauges?
Yeah.
It's a
Barometer.
no.
Thermometer?
This is a like a nail
Yes.
hanging by a thread on the
With the thread
on
hanging there.
a nail down, and it has on there written, if it's shaking, that means there's an earthquake.
Uh huh.
If it's wet, it's raining.
If it's wet, it's raining. If it's gone, tornado. So
That's pretty
Oh,
funny.
They had those at a very popular restaurant that looks like a garage sale inside. You know.
yeah, I know exactly what
Yeah.
you're talking about.
They have those, or at least they
They
did.
also make a really good cheese still.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey Matt, how was your birthday on July 24th, 2020? It was great. It was great. I got a pair of pants that I needed, and
And it fit.
yeah, and let's see what else. Because I tell people I don't need birthday presents. That's not a big deal for me. I mean, I know. I told Dad, I was like, you guys don't have to get me nothing. He said, yes, we do. I'm like, no, you don't. You guys have already given me so much. So much. You guys have, the same goes for you two. You guys have given me so much. You know, that I am content with life. You know, I'm at that age now where birthday presents aren't that big of a deal. I mean, they are once you get them and it's been given by someone's heart, like, you know, them thinking about it.
Yeah.
And that the fact that they put so much thought into it, that's the important part for me.
In a way, I can't really
Like-
take my present back anyway.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna ruin you guys' blessing of giving a
No, I know what you
gift.
mean.
No.
But
yeah.
like, you know,
I
okay.
feel the same way.
So I have this thing called Hot Logic Mini. We've talked about it here on the
Good
show
morning,
before.
Jimmy Lee,
My
Preston.
son's mother and one of my good friends, Janine, got that for me for my birthday one year because she thought, well, you work 10 hours a day up there at where you work. And she had one and tried it out and thought Matt could really use one of these. And it turns out I can and do.
Yeah.
Love that thing. I use it all the time.
And with your new healthy lifestyle, it's
It's-
even more
Yeah.
relevant and useful.
Yeah,
You know-
because I just make my meal up, set it there, and then about 4 to 6 hours later when I'm ready to eat it, there it is. It's already hot, already cooked. And it's way better for you than like microwaved food. You know, microwaving food, did you know microwaving food changes the what do you call that?
Not
The
texture, but
changes the molecular structure of your food.
yeah, Mike told me that.
Yeah. Yeah, so
By the way, you know, there's a lot of gifts that I could give you, but I'd rather go to a small business in Branson.
yeah.
Jennifer's really good about that.
Oh yeah, you're talking about Jennifer at the Ozark Mountain Craft Mall.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Such as the shirt that you have on that she did.
yeah, that's church, and that's at 1940 Missouri 76 in Branson, Missouri. 417-320-1221. You can call and talk to her about putting an order in, about making a T-shirt similar to this one that I've got on. Now, you guys can't see. I'm gonna
By the
do,
way, Jay,
do it just like I
speaking
did.
of the shirts, your shirt is coming with the polos, so you do have a shirt coming. And as soon as that order
so
gets here, you'll have your shirt.
There it is.
There's the back.
Yep. No, mine's always a delay, but
We have the,
very good.
So,
Love it.
And but your shirt's coming and the polos. They don't get their mail till like 3:30 in the afternoon, so I won't know anything until after 3:30 today. But she's gonna call them and find out what the heck is going on if it doesn't happen today.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's a good place because they've got 30 different vendors in that place, and there's Mr. M, the one that for the telethon, that one of the auction, the signs,
see that meat hammer? That looked like a meat hammer. Anyways, sorry, go ahead.
No, that's okay. There's that
Ozark Mountain
vendor.
Craft
There's
Mall.
glass making. There's
There's
soaps.
mugs, old-timey pictures.
Yep.
Old-timey pictures.
And then also, while you're there at the craft mall, you're just down the road from Steamy Joe Cafe. Another proud sponsor of the show. That's at 224 West Main Street in Branson, Missouri. 417-320-3046. Like, let's say you have a party coming up. Let's say you have, an office gathering, a barbecue. I mean, who doesn't want brownies at a barbecue?
Exactly.
Brownies. These are not just any brownie. Gourmet brownies. Gourmet. These things are like, they're each one made in their own little tin. They're a little square tin. So there's 4 little corner pieces on each brownie.
Each one.
Each brownie. That way you don't have to decide corner piece or not corner piece.
You
Crisp
get it
edges. And then, oh my goodness, they're just so good. So go on.
And
Go
the
ahead.
cookies, they're like
That was me drooling on the.
if you can see it, the cookies are about that big around with the M&Ms in them, and they've got homemade pies and cakes. They got cherry ding dong and chocolate ding dong cakes. Not all the time you have to call and request. Those
Steve
are
Schultz says, is that over by the Amish store?
no,
No.
it's downtown Branson. If you know where Mr. B's ice
I
cream
always knew
is,
something was amish. It's a Sean Connery says that.
that's why-
Something is amish. Anyways,
Anyway,
Steamy Joe Cafe. Buy one, get one free this week of the Steamy Joe Supreme Salad, which is a small salad, but it is enough.
they've got pecans and cheese and
Pecans.
Yep, and the dressing.
I love
mean,
pecans.
even though it might be a small, there's a lot on it.
Yeah.
I love pecans.
Me too.
I used to
and
hate
you know
pecans.
Especially when they
pecans.
put them on the
The
carrot cake.
pecans on that carrot cake. I don't know where they got them, but they're not your average pecan. They were very buttery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's because they were. I think they were fresh.
Yeah, they were.
pecans are so delicious.
Yeah. So you buy pecans in a bag and you don't know how old they are.
And
These must have been fresh. I don't know
And
where they got
pecans
them.
are very, very
good.
rich. They're very high in good fats.
And if you live in the Kansas City area, you can go 40 minutes south of Wichita, and there's the other one. That's the main store. They rented that
Wichita?
out. Wichita? Oh.
The one in the middle.
Yeah, the one in the middle.
Yeah, Arkansas City or
Don't forget,
Ark City.
folks, we will not be having a Jeff and Peggy Lee. Pray for them because Jeff does have a head cold, and we pray to God that's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is with COVID, it's so much like all these things
Yeah.
that it's impossible to determine what's what. And I think, I don't know.
Well, there's a rumor that they're falsifying the numbers. So everything you go to the hospital for, they're classifying as COVID. So that's driving up the numbers, and that's what I've heard is a rumor many times from people in the healthcare industry.
Yeah.
By
The thing
way,
about it is, I've also, when you watch the podcasts of people who actually live in the areas that have been the hottest spots where the deaths and the hospitals have been flooded with actual COVID cases, their testimony of it is that they know people directly who have it and have had it and are very, very sick.
we just found out a good friend of ours, she has it, and she just had a baby not long ago.
Yeah.
And so,
And well, the thing is, with so many people here in the Midwest thinking it's just a conspiracy
How many of us already had it
and driven
didn't
by
know?
lies,
true.
and have the
Yeah.
evidence, because we experience healthcare workers who are saying this is crazy. It's not what they're saying it is. But the thing about it is if it blows up here like it did somewhere else, with a lot of the irresponsible action of people thinking it's a conspiracy and not willing to wear the masks as a precaution and are saying that this is all a hoax, when it arrives, it's going to be dramatic.
And you know, people that are like that are honestly, in my opinion, I think are trying to convince themselves so that they don't live in constant fear.
Yeah, look, I mean, the people who
But-
are honestly giving honest testimony
Wear a
of
bandana.
their experience with
Pull it
places
up
that
over
are
your face.
close to it, that it has blown up, are saying that it is a real thing and it is a very dangerous disease.
Mm.
And there's no telling how dramatic your experience with it's going to be. It could be very minor, you don't even know.
Right.
Could be, middle of the road that you're pretty sick.
Yeah.
And then it could kill you. And your age doesn't really matter. You could look statistics, right, and say that it mostly kills old people. But it has killed some young, healthy people as well. I mean, some of the most healthy people there are. You don't know which of those people you're going to be. You don't know which end of those statistics you're going to be, so why risk it?
Yeah, speaking of masks, we got to pray for the city of Branson. They just passed the mask mandate.
Well, I
Ward
mean,
1, and
it's not that big of a deal
Wear a mask.
to some people. Some people are just not wanting to wear it just out of the principle.
and Yakov.
They don't want it. They're really okay. So I have a bit of what you would call a rebellious nature that I have to keep in check a lot. Right? And part of me is like, I want to not wear a mask just because they tell me I have to.
Yeah,
But I know that that's illogical and that's irresponsible of me.
and risky.
And risky. Because though it's not really meant, and it does stop, it does slow down other people's spit and stuff from hitting you in the face, and it stops my spit from hitting you in the face. Have you tried to blow a candle out with a mask on? It's almost impossible.
Yeah.
Well,
So if it'll stop air, it'll slow down. I mean,
Yeah,
if it slows
you
down
know,
air.
Maybe, so look at the contrast, too. We were upset about masks, yet we allow the
Personal property
hysteria,
tax.
We allow personal property, but all of that, the government to do that. But then also socially, we allow social media to dictate what we can and will not say in public.
Yeah.
When somebody's saying something outrageous that you do not agree with, you keep your mouth shut. But then you won't wear a mask, and that's how you're going to protest? Taking a risk that you might spread a deadly disease to somebody else when you could have wore a mask? And vapor is not a gas. There's a difference between a fart and a vapor from your breath.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
there definitely is.
Yeah.
A gas will pass through a rag.
One definitely
Yes.
smells better than
A
the other.
vapor will get caught in a rag. And it's not about catching the vapor somebody else releases in the air. It's about keeping your vapor out of the air.
Keep your vapor to yourself.
So that if you get this and don't know it, you're not passing it along to everybody.
Yeah, I guess I'm taking it from the brands. The reason that they're very upset is because it's a tourism area, and they're just afraid that.
Is it
because
time?
Yeah.
Another thing about it is there's good coming from this.
Yeah.
In my job, I know that I'm seeing a lot more people's faces, their eyes. I'm looking people in the eye more, and people are looking each other in the eye more.
Yep.
That's not a bad thing.
No, it's not. My impression of this is my impression. Anyways, so
Wear a mask.
I'd like to thank everybody for watching the show today. We're glad to have you guys here. We'll be back on tomorrow, same time, same channel. We're going to be little bit late getting started with the next portion of the day. We're going to do a little music sitting here because, we got Tony Hammock and Asa are out of town, and I don't like playing reruns.
Yeah, they'll be back next week live.
They'll be back next week. And Jeff and Peggy Lee will not be here because they are staying home, quarantining due to a head cold. Pray for them that it's only a head cold.
I'm glad that they got their shows done before this happened.
Yeah. So until then, my friends, God bless you and keep you. We love you. My name is Matt.
My name is Jay.
My name is Steve.
And this has been The Morning Drive.